question other possibilities.
Like,
Is okay, let me hint you in the right direction here.
yeah,
Is if I want to create high quality counterfeit banknotes, right?
yeah.
Fake banknotes. Do you think, I don't want to give you the answer.
Like there's other ways to make it.
Yes, yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. That's it. Done. Well done. Well done. Is everything about the measurements? Okay, suppose I take good measurements. Suppose I take good measurements. And this is where the LSAT trips you up.
Hmm.
Is that enough?
No.
Let's look at my premises. It's there, right? We're
Mhm.
saying no. Yeah, you're right. But let's look at my premise. What is my premise saying? Certain methods of creating high quality counterfeit bills. Not all methods. Not all methods. That's the
Right.
wording I want you to get good at. Not all methods. Okay, we're getting closer. So now
The
you're questioning this.
discrepancy
Uh-huh.
is saying like the discrepancy is you can't say that this will prevent because the original is certain methods. Like you can't prevent all counterfeit if from
Correct.
measuring thing because only certain methods involve the measuring thing.
Yeah, discrepancy. What if there are let me use different language here. Hurdles along the way for a counterfeiter, whatever. I can't spell that. Forgive me, please.
All good.
And what I mean by the prediction on the LSAT, now this is where I want your brain to
Hmm.
focus. You narrow down the possibilities, so
Yep.
going through five answer choices does not feel like a freaking nightmare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, then there's too many possibilities, and then you're gonna be tapped out by the end of the first section on the LSAT. You don't wanna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So go ahead and slowly read the answers. Some of them will throw you off, but
Okay.
remember what we discovered always.
Got it. Today's copying technology is sophisticated enough to replicate almost any paper product with great precision. Once the images printed on a banknote have been measured accurately, there's no further impediment to the banknotes being exactly replicated. Governments have better printing technology, but few countries produce banknotes with images that are difficult for counters to correct. New designs in banknotes generally. I think it is B.
Yes, absolutely. Before you said B, I looked at your lips. I was like, she's gonna say B. Because there's no P here. Okay. So once the images printed on a banknote have been measured correctly, there is no further impediment to why B? Why? Why if I assume this, my conclusion is solid here. Why?
It's saying that if it's measured accurately, like there's no other way for it to be counterfeited.
Exactly, exactly. So then if I assume this, I can confidently go ahead with that conclusion,
Right.
right? Some of the images on banknotes must be made very difficult or impossible to measure. This is basically saying that once you, like you said, once you figure out the measurement business, everything else is just easy.
Mhm.
Everything else is a walk in the park, right? That's what
Yeah.
it's saying. Now, if I don't assume that, Lauren, my conclusion does not hold water.
Right.
Okay, you cannot say this. You cannot convince your friends or whoever that you're trying to convince because they're going to question you. They're going to be like, Lauren, are you sure? You're telling
Yeah.
me that measurements are the only thing? There's no other, what about, I don't know, UV light business? What about if you grab a
Yeah.
bill
Or
and then you hold it against the
colors.
sun? What about color? What about, in $100 bills in the US, they have little hairs too, right?
Right.
What about
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
hair? What is that? What if you take the bill and look at it under a microscope, right? That's
Mhm.
it? Measurements? Is that the only thing? Well done, Lauren. That's how I want you to focus on how I want you to analyze these questions. Okay. You see how much you can get out of just 1 hour, and we're almost there.
Yeah. I
But
feel like I've already like significantly have a
there you
better
go.
understanding.